Our final presenter before the break, before we all get to have a glass of wine, and I really want one, is Miss Saima Shah. Life coach, trainer, come on over here, and friend of mine, good friend. Life coach, trainer, psychic healer with an IT geek nature. Now, she and I did talk about saying that. We did. Not to, doesn't mean you're a geek, anyone else, but she's a geek, okay. She has 2 MBAs, 2 cats, and sometimes 2 brains. Her passion, awakening the heart's intelligence. Tonight, she will talk about the purple hat, a way of holistic thinking that benefits organizations and managers to succeed in the new world. Please welcome Saima.
Mandera, thank you so much. I'm so delighted and thrilled to be here and to share the passion of my life. So my passion is the purple hat. It's an invisible purple hat, and it allows people to go from ordinary to extraordinary using their creative imagination and heart's energy. But before I even go into talking about the purple hat, I want to give you a little bit of an idea about myself. I am a geek. I was a geek, and then I became a geek with a heart. And then eventually, hopefully when I'm dead, or before I'm dying, or maybe when I'm dying, I'm going to be just a heart. So that's a little bit of an idea about me. I love objective data and analysis. And for a while, I ran 2 lives. One of them was about doing my work, my day job, and the other was helping people with my intuitive and psychic gifts. I did that for a while, and then this happened because of meditation. I realized that studying my heart was very, very important in order to understand the world, rather than just understanding theories. I also realized that our past trauma keeps us bound to very small lives until we learn to think differently. I believe that ideas create the world, and we're not just watching it all, but we're actually creating it all with our ideas. One of the ideas that really moves me is an idea that I learned in business school, which is that humans are resources to create wealth. Now, I don't agree with that idea. I think that humans are here to work and learn so that they can develop and grow. And I think just this fundamental switch in our mind would create the kind of world that we want. The other, I hope that you can relate to John Lennon, because he's the reason I'm here today. Our current business theories are based on a worldview where not everyone has access to resources, because that's when they were designed. So they assumed scarcity. The shift that we really have to make is that work is about learning, and learning is about self-realization or self-actualization. It's about creating more relationships, and it's about resource sharing versus resource control. The new consciousness is going to have spiritual values of cooperation, we'll be hyper-connected. We'll have so much creativity. We'll have to be very creative, and a lot of commonality between us as people. So the holistic creative thinking model is very much required in the organizations of today. We need empathetic managers rather than controlling managers. We need new ideas. We need to synthesize and have very quick responses rather than details and analytical work, because all that is done by computers anyway. So the Purple Hat is an integrated coaching workbook and workshop for managers to connect with their heart energy, and it creates a holistic brain development for people, allows them to synthesize, empathize, have insight, work from intention, have reason, and also focus while they're working. So the kind of culture that the Purple Hat creates is a culture that connects the heart with the brain, and there is much more meaning in the person's life. People are comfortable with self-disclosure. They're okay with statements like "I feel." There's no bullying, and it allows people to take action rather than procrastinate. The benefits are focus. People will be able to focus on what they really want to do. It enhances relationships, and it's very resource efficient way to work. So the reason why the purple hat works is because your mind is already busy solving all the problems that you have around you. And it's constantly sending signals to your body, to your heart. And so you already know at some level what you have to do. And when we access the purple hat, it's a little like accessing magic inside us, because it's the creative and heart energy. So the holistic whole brain that I'm talking about, it creates detachment and relevance at the same time. And it conceptualizes into stories. This is an approach that goes beyond team building, beyond problem solving or stress reduction. Because really, when we have a higher purpose, we really enjoy the stress. So we do need the stress from a higher purpose. It's about why we're here. So Purple Hat integrates that, inner being into your work life. The other reason it works is that there is no dichotomy between the left or the right brain. It helps everyone have more energy and feel empowered. And lastly, I think the most interesting thing about the Purple Hat is that it's a little like magic. So it brings the heart and the imagination and intention together. And that's the reason why I'm drawn to help people create a holistic view of their work rather than divide their life into what they love doing and into what they have to do in order to pay the bills. And I want to go to more and more organizations bringing that perspective in there and creating work that's meaningful for everybody. Thank you. What does love mean to me? I really struggled with that question for a while in my life until I discovered my higher purpose. And discovering that allowed me to have almost like an abundant supply of energy, an infinite supply of energy. And so I would say having a higher purpose rather than just fitting in or just doing something because everybody does it. I think that made it, transformed it for me. And the other thing that I found was that I wanted to help others to to free themselves from the prison of discontentment and the craving and the aching pain from lack of love. So I see this as a common human problem that a lot of us feel lack of love. And so I wanted to solve that problem by creating meaning that comes from your higher purpose. And that's it.
Thank you, Saima. Beautifully said.